I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to our series on integration. With the help of examples, we'll understand the basic concept. Question number 5 here is, the instantaneous velocity of an object is v of t equals to 5 pi sine pi by 2t, where t is greater than or equal to 0. Its initial position is 10 centimeters to the left of origin. Find position of the object at t equals to n, where n belongs to integers from 0 to 5, both included. Display the position of the object in the first 5 seconds, right? So we are given the velocity, which is equal to 5 pi sine of pi by 2t, right? Now we need to display the position vector, so we want s of t, right? So s of t is integral of vt or dt, correct, with respect to time. So let's integrate this with respect to time, right, to get the displacement. So the integral of this is 5 pi is a constant, right? Integral of sine is cosine with a negative sign. So cos pi by 2t, so negative sign divided by pi by 2, right? Plus a constant c. So we can write s of t as equal to, so pi and pi cancel, this goes up, so we get minus 10 cos of pi by 2t plus c. Now it says its initial position is 10 centimeter to the left of origin. So that really means at t equals to 0, s of t is 10 centimeters to the left is equals to minus 10, correct? So we'll substitute this value. So we get minus 10 equals to minus 10 cos of 0, right? Plus c. Now cos of 0 is 1, and so we get c equals to, well, minus 10 plus 10 is c, which is 0. So we can write down the function displacement is minus 10 cos of pi by 2t, c is 0, right? So that becomes our expression for displacement. Now let us find the values which are required. Find the position of the object at t equals to n, where n is from 0 to 5. So it's better to make a table and then we can write down the values, right? So for different values of n, which are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, let's calculate this value, which is s of t. So if I write 0 here, cos of 0 is 1, so we get minus 10. If I write 1, cos of pi by 2 is 0, so we get 0. If I write 2 here, we get cos of pi. So, those of you who find it difficult, what we could do here is that we could actually sketch the cosine function, right? So let me do that. So cos function is kind of like this. Do you see that? So that is the cos function. Now when I say 0, so at 0 it is 1. This is the value 1. When I say 1, we are talking about pi by 2, and this is pi by 2. Correct? Pi by 2 is 0. So when I write 2 here, I get cos pi, and cos pi is minus 1. So minus 1 means minus and minus becomes plus 10. Do you see that? Now at 3, we are now at this point, which is also 0. So we get this as 0. And at 4, we are at, this goes 2 pi. So at 2 pi, it is 1. So we get minus 10, right? And then again, it will go further down, right? So next point here is this one, which is 0. So we come back to 0. Okay. So these are the values which you get for displacement. Now, we need to display this. So we got the values. That's the part 2. Now in part 3, display the position of the object in first 5 seconds. So you can see that it moves from minus 10 to 0 to 10 like this, right? So to display, or we could do like this, right? So Let us say that this is our 0 here. Now, since this is 0, we are beginning from minus 10, right? So it starts from minus 10. Let's say this is minus 10 here, right? And let's say this is plus 10 for us. So at 2, it is plus 10. So it begins here, it goes up to this point and then turns. And then comes back to minus 10 and then goes to this point and then stops. I mean, it just moves on, but we are only interested in this cycle. So that is what is happening. And these turning points are at t equals to 2, and this one is at t equals to 4, correct? So that becomes the displacement, right? S of t, let me write S of t here, with time, correct? So that is how you could show your graph. So I hope the concept is absolutely clear. Feel free to write a comment, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.